Hey guys, so we are going to be testing out the new L'Oreal Infallible Foundation Blender. I picked this up a few days ago. I did a haul video about some L'Oreal things and some Makeup Revolution things that I picked up at Superdrug. Now, I don't know if this is really new, but it's new to me. I can't seem to find it on the Superdrug website, but it's new to me. Okay, you can get it in store at Superdrug. I'm not too sure if it's available at Boots, but I tend to buy my makeup at Superdrug if I do want to buy it. Now, I do like this simply because it has that flat side, and because it's black, I find it's easier to clean black blending sponges. And it says here, a unique sponge for precise and even application and an airbrushed finish. Pro tip, use the flat side for seamless application and use the round side for buildable coverage. For precise application, use the tip of the sponge, so something like that, very tip. And after usage, wash the blender with warm water and soap and allow to air dry before use. Okay. I have felt this blender once I brought it home, and it is quite soft. It doesn't feel like a regular sponge. Like, it doesn't feel like spongy material. Yeah, it's not just regular spongy material. I don't know if it is just like really densely packed or what, I don't know. But it is very easy to, you know, squish. I'm gonna go and wet it and see if it grows, and then we're going to be applying my foundation, my Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD foundation. I'm running out of this and I need to go and get another one. I really do. But anyway, I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I've wet it and it has grown, and it feels a lot more squishy than before. And it's like, you can tell that it's grown because it cannot fit back into this. I don't know whether or not it's going to shrink once it has dried. I'm not too sure, but I will be keeping this just so when it's drying it can air dry. What I have found with some of my other beauty blender sponges is that once I've washed them or wet them, whatever, and I've put them down, if I've put them down, like, I tend to put them down on a tissue or something, and after a few washes I find that there's like mold spots at the bottom where it was sat because it wasn't able to get that air, and so I end up throwing away quite a lot of sponges because of that. So I will be keeping this just so I can keep it up, and I just think that would be the best thing to do. Anyway, so I'm going to prime my face. I'm going to use the MUA Pro Base Moisturizing Primer. I got this a while ago. I'd run out of another primer, and this was like a very affordable option, and it just feels like a regular moisturizer. So we've got our new addition to the video. This is Blakey. You don't know Blakey. Say hello.
Hi.
Okay, so I've got my Makeup Forever foundation. I always put my foundation on with a foundation brush. So I'm just going to dot it around my skin as I normally would. Now I'm just going to start patting. And I usually use blenders for under my eyes. I usually use blenders for like under eye concealing. And I usually use like the Artiste, I've got like a dupe Artiste brush, which I've probably used in every single foundation application video that I've done, using that brush, because I just feel because it is so like densely packed, it just goes on seamlessly. Now I just feel that this has not really, it's just soaked up so much of the product, it's a joke. So I only really wanted to wear one layer because it's so warm outside today, but I haven't got any coverage at all. So I'm going to use the rounded side and see if that makes any difference, and hopefully it does. So oh, this is frustrating. It's just soaking up all of the product, and I know like that's what a sponge would normally do, that's what it naturally does, that's the whole point in a sponge, is to, you know, that's one of the properties of a sponge, it soaks up liquid. I'm just not finding this sponge very helpful, to be fair. It's left me with like the bare minimum, the bare bones of the foundation. It's like, look, this here is still showing through. It's not covered anything. I think I'm just going to wash this and I'll just be using it for under my eyes. This is a joke. It's a joke. I think that this is just why I don't use sponges for my face, like for my foundation. It's just not helpful. Okay, so I have concealed under my eyes using the NYX sticks. Let's see if this works out a little bit better. Because I will say, this is like one of the softest beauty sponges I've ever used. I've never used the Real Beauty Blender. The softest blending sponge that I've ever used was, oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but can you see like here? That is the concealer rolling up. That never, ever, ever happens when I'm doing my concealer or my foundation. It never balls up. What on earth? That is crazy. And there's more now. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not too sure if I'm feeling this at all. Like the softest, aside from this, the softest sponge that I have tried was a couple that I got from AliExpress, and they were like literally under £1. They're probably about 60 or 70 pence each, and they are, I still have them. I bought a bunch of them, all different colours, and they were really, really soft. They didn't expand, but they were really, really soft. But then this one has come in and it's blown every single one out of the water in respect to softness, but I'm just not finding that this is really blending very well. I'm sitting here blending so hard. It's probably too soft. I'm used to something just a little bit. I'm just finding all these little, it's like the makeup is balling as I'm blending. And this is something that never, ever, ever happens. It never happens. Okay, last try, I'm gonna use it for my contour. Again, using the NYX concealer contour stick things. You know, those are like my favourite. Okay, that worked out okay, I guess. But overall, to be honest, I'm just not that impressed. It's nice in regards to the softness. It does feel really nice and soft once, like even before you wet it, it feels really nice and soft. But aside from that, it just does not feel, aside from that, it's not blending. It's not giving me the coverage I need, and it's taken way too long in order for me to get the desired look or results that I'm looking for. It's just not working out. So I'm gonna have to give this one a pass. I mean, I'll probably still reach for it every once in a while, but aside from that, I'm having to say, nah son. I mean, it's $5.99. It's not that expensive. Seeing as I can go onto AliExpress and buy something similar, something better for like 60-70p, to say no. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.